Welcome to BMO Harris Bradley Center. We are in Milwaukee, the home of the Milwaukee Bucks, and we're bringing it to you. Here on 2K Sports. Thanks for joining us, everyone. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. From the sideline, we'll have David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from him in just a moment. You look at the Nuggets. So the Nuggets win the tip. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go for this one. So out there for the Nuggets right now. Green out there with Nance. Then there's Andre Drummond. And it's Conley. And it's Bellinelli in a shooting guard.
Sounds weird to say, but a guy 7 feet tall like Anthony Davis could be considered an out-of-nowhere superstar. In high school, he was a skinny kid on the bench, not like he's big now. But until an 8-inch growth spurt changed everything. That's why he's got those point guard skills.
Here is Conley. Following the basket by Anthony Davis. Out to Nance. Deflects the pass. And it's out of bounds. The Nuggets able to retain possession here. And now running up the court, Bledsoe pushing it up. Second shot opportunity. And Thompson with the nice bucket inside.
Well, that's what Tristan Thompson does best, just working the glass and working the D over.
Conley dishes to Drummond. And Drummond throws it down.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question.
These guys are like dentists right now. 4 out of 5 recommending a made shot. They're in a great group.
And foul call. Looks like they had a clear path to the basket. He'll be shooting 2 free throws. And they'll retain possession. The Bucks shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
When Anthony Davis came into the NBA, you started to think about how he could dominate on the post, but it's really the growth in him as a shooter to stretch it out and shoot 3-point shots that really has opened up some eyes.
Yeah, pounding it inside once again. They have taken over this game physically.
It's so nice to have the early lead. This is where you want to stick with what's working until somebody shuts you down.
And Davis changed his whole shooting form in New Orleans. He used to shoot from his chest. It blocked his view of the basket.
That's never a good thing. That's your target. So shifting it over on the right side, more towards the shoulder, raising up so that he's got a more clear shooting window. It takes a lot of diligent work, Kevin, and a lot of players try their whole career to fix a shot that's failed. I think AD has done a good job of not only committing to it, but finding success with the new form.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint. He's known as more steady than flashy, but that was a sensational pass by Conley. He can get fancy when he needs to.
And Thompson gets it to go.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Conley kicks to Drummond. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. That one on Davis.
Yeah, I don't know if any big man has the combination of strength, speed, and hops that Drummond has, not to mention his length, an unreal physical specimen.
Here's Davis. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a 3-point play.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
And Brent, over the course of the last few seasons, we've seen Bledsoe move into more of a playmaking role.
Well, I think at the point guard position, you need to be a vocal leader. That's something that the coaching staff has continued and encouraged him to do. There's a lot of young players around him, and sometimes that guidance can help you be a little more consistent throughout the course of a 48-minute game.
And both free throws good for Drummond.
And watching Andre Drummond play, he's really just an old... type center. I mean, he eats up space in the middle and finishes plays in close. Not a skilled guy who can pull a defender away from the basket.
And it's Drummond with the jam.
You could see Drummond's eyes light up once he knew that finish was coming. He didn't waste the chance. Boy, did he get his money's worth on that one.
And Thompson throws it down.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Just incredible flow offensively. Everyone's doing their part. Let's see if they can sustain this early momentum.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there. And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
And with Drummond, he does play like towering centers of decades past.
Yeah, I mean, he isn't great at moving the ball around or hitting shots from range, but his size and athleticism are elite and one of the best rebounders in our game.
And the Bucks making a change here. Allen's checked in. Brent, some incredible players have put on the jersey for the Bucks in their storied history. You have a favorite Bucks player who you always appreciated watching?
Well, I'll name three, Kevin. First, Jack Sikma. Second, Sidney Moncrief. And third, Terry Cummings. Those were some of the more incredible offensive teams during the 1980s that do not get enough credit.
And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
The Bucks have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there. Just active defensively here, being extremely disruptive.
Like the aggressiveness and a great effort just to get a hand on it. Yeah, this team would be in some bad shape, guys, if he wasn't scoring like this right now.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
And I'm loving what I'm seeing, the passion that they're playing with up and down the floor.
And that one falls, coming off of Davis's feed. Allen's got his first bucket in this one.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Drummond with a screen on Bledsoe. Knocked loose. Stolen by Allen. Passes it to Nwaba. It's stolen by Nance. The Nuggets have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
He makes 1 of 2 that time. Bucks leading by 18. It's stolen by Davis. Yes, once again, it remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
And Davis is getting every shot he wants out there. It could be a very, very special night for him at this rate.
It's good. Nwaba's got 7 points in the game.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
Well, collectively, they've done it tonight here. A passionate performance from the squad.
Anthony Davis firing on all cylinders for Milwaukee. Going on an absolute rampage, piling in the points. He dictated the pace of the entire quarter. And we'll be back with you shortly. Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And quite a position here for the Bucks to be in. What do you think, guys? We often talk about how players have evolved over the years, but Brent, what about strategies on both sides of the ball? Where has that evolved?
I think the last 5 or 6 years, what we're seeing is definitely on the offensive end, more of a European style of basketball where we have passing, off the ball cutting, multiple times where the big comes out of the hole, which is the post-up area, Kevin, to the top of the key to be a conduit from both sides of the floor. That draws the whole line of defense up and creates opportunities behind the play. If we go to the defensive end, Kev, that's all about switching. Versatility on the defensive end comes from switching, swarming defenses, and that's where teams are trending to go.
They've got Bledsoe. Anthony Davis is out there with Ingram. Then there's Tristan Thompson, and it's Nwaba in at the two-guard spot. So that's who Milwaukee starts the second with. A double-team Bledsoe. Second chance shot. Davis drives in. Satoransky, the pass to Drummond. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession. Derek Favors checked in for Nance. Milwaukee leading by 20. Bledsoe kicks to Nwaba. He feeds it to Ingram. And it's sent back by Drummond.
Drummond mixes defensive smarts with elite physical tools, and that's what makes him a solid defender. He's going to get his hands on a few shots each and every game.
Satoransky, the pass to Drummond. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Drummond's got 21.
Well, if they're going to win this game, he's going to require just a little bit of help. Many of the shots he's taking are finding the hoop.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Thompson. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got his fourth rebound in this one. Drummond a screen. Thompson comes with the double team. And Satoransky kicks to Favors. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast. And Mike Malone, who is known for his defense, dealing with the team, Brent, that really lacks a defensive fight at times. It's something that he's trying to change in terms of culture.
Yeah, you're right, Kevin. It's a bit of a nibble right now in Denver. But you look at Mike Malone's past and all the other stops where his defensive teams have improved throughout the year. So it's a bumpy ride with Denver. A lot of young players who he has to make sure realize the importance of the defensive end of the floor.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Bell, he's checked in for Anthony Davis. Brooks comes in for Brandon Ingram. Then McLemore, he's checked in for David Nwaba. And Terry Rozier subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. And Denver also making a switch. Temple's checked in. It was the Nuggets, their last game, a loss to San Antonio. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And there's the foul against Denver. The Bucks shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Well, a great battle last year as the season finished off between the Nuggets and Blazers to make the playoffs. Denver did not. So they made some trades, tried to make a push. This year they've got to make some improvements and maybe find themselves in one of those top 8 slots to play in the postseason.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And Brent, for the Nuggets, you get the feeling of excitement for this franchise.
Well, you feel like this team's not just going to make the playoffs once, but could have a very effective long run in the Western Conference, and they're going to be playing a style that a lot of their fans and certainly fans around the league are going to appreciate. Off-ball movement and passing. You know, there's a team in Golden State that seemed to do that with great effectiveness.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Guys, Tristan Thompson has one of the longest consecutive games played streaks in NBA history. He said, the mind's a powerful thing, and if you tell your brain everything is all right, you'd be surprised on the stuff you can achieve. We have the mental toughness to push through our limits. That's how you become great and test yourself as a player. Kevin?
Well, David, Thompson's certainly a mentally strong player. Always nice to have someone you can rely on night in and night out. To the inside. Here's Drummond. And Drummond throws it down.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Well, terrific anticipation using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation? He does that so well. At his size, he's always a threat to throw it down.
Thomas Robinson, he's checked in for the Bucks. For Denver, they have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far. Here's Denver now. They're on an 18-6 run. Satoransky, the pass to Favors. Drummond, a screen. Here's Satoransky.
And that's some inspiration. Steals, blocks, and a big dunk. Those are ways that you can really change the momentum in a game.
Well, they got to chip away at that deficit, and no doubt that'll help.
Well, the team needed just a bit of momentum shifting back to their side. They're excited. Let's see if they can maintain that excitement long enough to get some damage done.
Allen's checked in for Thomas Robinson.
A lot of people pointing towards the Nuggets and thinking about it's not the offense where they need to improve. If they're going to get the best out of their young talent, it's defensively and their commitment to that end of the floor.
And Thompson gets it to go.
Thompson shoots such a high percentage on the inside. Most of his shots coming around the rim.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking. Timeout called the Bucks. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Switch here. McCaw's checked in. Denver also making some changes. Bellinelli, he's checked in for Pat Connaughton. And Barea subbed in for Satoransky. Here's Thompson. 7-foot shot. No good. Only a second miss and 10 attempts from the floor. Now here's Barea. Tight defense on him. And that one's good. Drummond.
This is a guy whose mindset just never changes. Even when they're losing, he's always going to be aggressive.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies. If they can just hold this now for the last shot.
Right, no need to give the ball back here. Run the clock down, be patient, and run a decent play.
Drummond the screen. From deep. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. And don't go away. We'll be right back. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Brent, every team's looking for skilled bigs who can hit the three, defend the perimeter, pull out other bigs. At what point do we start seeing 6'9", 6'10", 6'11" guards? I guess we're kind of getting a glimpse of that now.
Yes, with apologies to Magic Johnson and what he was able to do through his career with the Lakers. Those guys are all throughout the league already. I mean, we've already hit that mark, Kevin, where we're seeing some of these guys do extraordinary things in terms of their skill with the basketball in open space. Thank you, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, and Brandon Ingram. I find it amazing, though, don't you?
I really do. And to say that the game is not better than it was, watching what these young players are capable of, and I'm just talking purely in terms of their skill. The game has come a long way. Happy to see it.
So out there for the Nuggets right now, they've got Jones. Bellinelli is out there with Conley. Then it's Nance. And it's Drummond in at the 5 down low. Drummond the screen. Conley into the lane. And the ball goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Drummond. And the Nuggets making a change here. Holmes checked in. Milwaukee in the lead. And a minute played as the second half gets going. Got that one up quick. And that's 18 points for Tristan Thompson.
Good awareness from EB there. He knows that's his job. Get the ball to the open guys as the point guard.
Conley dishes to Drummond. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got 6 assists here tonight.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
And Thompson throws it down.
Tristan Thompson with some force on that one.
Conley kicks to Bellinelli. And Jones has it in the corner. Ingram with the steal. And here's the fast break. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
The Bucks have made 7 free throws and missed 3 in this game.
When the Bucks ownership changed just a few years back, you could feel that there was a change for the direction of this basketball club, and they're much more focused on building from the draft, taking a lot of young players that have tremendous potential and seeing where they can go. They're doing everything they can to make this a great free agent destination. The new arena will help that.
That one good for 2.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Drummond sets the screen for Conley. And with that, the Bucks lead is cut back down to 5 as they get the points there from Andre Drummond.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Davis with the bucket. And with the Bucks in this current ownership approach, you can really see it off the court as well. They've done a great job of reaching out to the community.
I love the investment that they've made in the team. The new downtown arena is coming along. The rebrand looks awesome. I love the new logo and the color scheme that they play with in the court. A lot of attention to the details. And we've put together a pretty exciting young roster. That's the most important part.
An extremely efficient and productive game for him. But again, he's not going to be able to do it all by himself.
And it's sent back by Drummond. From deep, Green. And Davis pulls it down. And there's the call on Andre Drummond. That's foul number 2 for him.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Bell, he's checked in for the Bucks. Bledsoe passes to Davis. Rebound by the Nuggets.
Yeah, I think the defense made an impact on that play, making the shooter feel a bit uncomfortable on release.
And the foul on Eric Bledsoe. That's his first foul. Derek Favors checked in for Denver. Drummond with a screen on Bledsoe. Conley dishes to Drummond. And stolen by Drummond. And it's Drummond with the jam.
Oh, up high and down hard with that one-hander.
He got a little extra forceful. You're right with that one.
Loving the intensity from the brow there. He threw that one down with some real force. Think about Eric Bledsoe in the early part of his career as an understudy to Chris Paul out of college, learning from both him and Chauncey Billups. That ain't bad. Didn't come into his own until he was finally traded and became a full-time starter.
Satoransky's checked in for Mike Conley. Davis has the open look. Knocked away. Here's Satoransky. He's got 6. Drummond a screen. Off the screen. And he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Yeah, it's funny how you see so many picks, but this one sets up the defense well. No one rotates over. Bang.
Really like that work there in the paint. He has really established a low post presence.
Davis kicks to Bell. The feed now to Bledsoe. There's a good screen. Davis in the corner. That doesn't go either for Davis. They play the clock right. They can go 2 for 1.
Just got to time it up right.
Drummond with a screen on Bledsoe. Satoransky the pass to Drummond. And it's out of bounds. The Nuggets able to retain possession here. McLemore's checked in for David Nwaba. Garrett Temple has checked in for Denver. Pat Connaughton comes in for Marco Bellinelli. Here's Davis. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Davis has got 27 points.
Defense maybe got away with a foul there, but AD too good for their best efforts with that shot.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets. Anthony Davis really making a difference here.
And they simply have no answer right now for what he's doing to them. He is making them pay. Yeah, you can't make any excuses right now for them giving the ball up as much as they have in this one. Hopefully they can get on the same page during this timeout.
Denver calls timeout. The Bucks making a switch here.
It's an opportunity to kind of regroup and discuss ways to maximize these possessions.
And therein lies the trick, discussing ways to be aggressive, but not committing turnovers.
Denver calls timeout. Teams changing it up here. The Nuggets trail by 8. Drummond the screen. Conley dishes to Drummond. And Drummond throws it down.
Well, he's like a fumbling banker right now, dropping dimes with ease. I like how well he led his teammate on that possession.
1 second left. It's off. And a welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. The Nuggets shooting 70% from the floor. Truly incredible work from this offense tonight. They've got Anthony Davis. Also Ingram out there. Tristan Thompson is out there with Bledsoe. And it's Nwaba in at the 2 spot. That's the group for Milwaukee right now.
Eric Bledsoe concentrating right now on dishing it out, trying to find some of his open teammates.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Bucks on defense. 22 is their biggest lead. Conley kicks to Drummond. So another turnover for Milwaukee.
And all the turnovers, guys, are hurting his team. I mean, he's continuing to just give the ball away.
Outside for Davis. Fires from deep. Good on the three-point shot. Davis has got 30 points. And Brent, 14 years in the NBA, you spent about half your time on the defensive end. Of all the guys you were matched up against, who was surprisingly difficult to cover?
It's funny, Kevin, because a lot of coaches would tell you I did not spend half of my time on the defensive end.
Well, I know better. I know better.
Surprisingly difficult to stop, I would tell you, it would be Mitch Richmond. Many years in Sacramento playing for the Kings. He was known as the Rock, and I can tell you why. Running into him and his physicality as a 2-guard was very, very difficult to stop. One of the game's greatest 2-guards.
Sturdy, wasn't he? He was thick. He was hard to move is what I think about.
He was very thick and physical, which was something that I was certainly not. And they also ran a myriad of screens for him on every possession. The most potent offensive player they had was Mitch Richmond, and they would get him open every time. So a very difficult cover for me.
It's stolen by Davis. Nwaba kicks to Davis. Outside for Bledsoe. It's stolen by Nance. And Tristan Thompson gets the whistle that time. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the 4th. Ingram with the steal.
And they've been just a little too casual with the basketball. It continues to haunt them.
The Nuggets trailed by 10. Drummond with a screen on Bledsoe. Conley the pass to Drummond. And Drummond throws it down.
And as much offense as we saw earlier, I mean, we're seeing even more of it here now late in the game.
What is this, February? Feels like an all-star game is broken out. Neither side willing or able to stop the other.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Allen's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Bell comes in for Anthony Davis. McLemore's checked in for David Nwaba. And Terry Rozier subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. And then for Denver, Daniels is checked in for Green. Pat Connaughton comes in for Marco Bellinelli. And Zedaransky subbed in for Mike Conley. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, during that last timeout, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what the head coach of the Bucks said to his team. He told them, put your foot on their neck. Take it to them. I want to see you guys slow it down out there, use the clock, and stay away from silly fouls. Let's see if they can execute the plan, guys.
All keyed right there from the lead pass right on the money.
It's Ingram on the wing. And the layup falls. And the Bucks lead by 10.
They are just killing them on the interior.
The shot by Satoransky, no good. Bucks have gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. Rozier kicks to Ingram. Snatched away. Fast break, here we go. Here's Drummond. And that one hits back iron. Bucks leading by 10. Here's Ingram. A shot off that time. Good D by Drummond.
It is so tough to make those kind of shots with the defense draped all over you.
Here's Daniels. Shoots the three.
Well, you make strides to get back in the ball game, but an errant shot like that can definitely cost you any kind of momentum. Have to use better judgment there.
And there's the call on Andre Drummond. And that'll be his third foul so far. NBA official, NBA referee Brent Ashley, one of the toughest jobs in the world. There's been a lot of talk about adding an official to the court. Would that make a difference?
Well, I'm thinking, Kevin, that's like asking 4 of my buddies to add a 5th guy to go out and they're all single. That means there's another guy I got to compete with. So maybe we don't have another set of eyes on the NBA game. Lots of physicality, lots of pushing and shoving. You may see more foul calling, which will slow down the tempo and the rhythm of the game. I'm not sure that's the best idea for the league.
So then adding the Secaucus and the extra eyes in New York to look at calls, I think that might take the place of adding the official.
I think the league has done a great job, Kevin. Having Secaucus now have the ability to make some of those calls to help speed up what we do with regards to the replay.
Out to Conley. Green dishes to Conley. Denver passing it around. And Davis sends it back.
Phenomenal defense by Anthony Davis to spike that shot back. Make a heck of a volleyball player.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Bucks.
This is a game where the defense, steals specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And now, for the year, this is going to take them to 7 wins.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Davis.
It felt like there was more than one of him out there tonight. He was involved on every possession, and he made his presence felt in so many ways.
Conley, the pass to Drummond. And the wide-open shot from Green. And the 3-ball is good.
Boy, if you're going to just hand him this shot, you might as well put a bow on it. Green loves the catch and shoot.
And unfortunately, it's time for them to say night-night.
Well, you'd like to have a rewind button and get a couple plays back, but impossible at this point. Need better execution at times.
Now here's Ingram, defended by Jones. Conley kicks to Green. Will not go. This is off the front iron. So it's Milwaukee picking up the win. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.